Hi there and welcome back to a chatty video. I thought it would be really nice to do a cozy one just before Christmas, so go and grab yourself a cup of tea and I'm going to talk about my 2024 journals, how I've done this year, what I've done and maybe what I'd have done differently, or I don't know. Actually, I don't have any regrets this year. I think I've done really well. But I also want to talk about my 2025 journal plans as well. So it's going to be a nice chatty one today. Bit of a show and tell. So firstly, how has 2024 been for you journaling wise? Have you done well with your journaling? What have you done? Have you tried anything new as well? That's something else, isn't it? That reminds me, I've got another one over there that I want to show you that I want to do. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you. How has 2024 been for you? So these are my 2024 journals, these ones here. So I'm going to go through those with you now, and then we'll do the exciting 2025 journal pile after. So firstly, I am going to touch on a couple of journals that I made last year, but that I've been working on throughout the year. So this is, look how big this one is now. It is massive. This is the journal that I made for our 2023 trip, and I have still been working in this. It's very much a work in progress, so I still pop in here every now and then and do a page, but most of this was done the previous year. I do kind of need to finish it up. I think what I maybe need to do, like here I've got empty pages at the back. Actually have a look through the trip photos, make a list of the stories I still need to tell and go from there, because otherwise this is just never going to finish. So maybe that's what I need to do actually. I need to start a list. That's not a bad idea actually. Let's grab a piece of paper. This is something I am going to encourage you to do as well. 2025. Okay, so I'm going to finish my 2023 Feb trip. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a look at what I've got, go through the photos, and then if there's any special trips or, you know, like a special day out or something we've done, I will make a note to record that. Any meals, because I have still got a few pages and I know there's a lot of stories that I haven't told. So I'm going to keep that little list going. I think this is actually quite a good task to do. So that's one journal. I've got another one as well. This one's a little bit smaller, but it's a very cool journal. This one I have still got quite a lot to do. Look at that chunky spine. It's a noisy one, this one. I have still got quite a lot. I haven't even done my travel page. I sometimes struggle a bit with those. Look at that, that's so cute. So I'm going to do the same here as well actually. So we're finishing 2023. This was our September trip. Like I said, otherwise I'm just not going to do it. And years to come, it's going to be like I've got a page there. It's going to be a journal that's really lovely, but hasn't actually been finished. So maybe what I will do in the first quarter, aim to finish one, and in the second quarter, aim to finish the other. I think that's maybe what I need to do, rather than sort of like set myself huge unrealistic goals. I think that might be the best thing to do. Sometimes it's quite beneficial actually just going through your journals and having a look. Then I started my Bambi journal. This was this one that I made this year. I still never shared the actual process of making this. It's my favorite journal I think I've ever made. And yeah, I just haven't got around to it. It was supposed to be as a class and I didn't finish editing it. It was in March. It's been a very overwhelming year with moving house and everything. So yeah, I would like to still share those. So this one was all about our UK adventures, and what I haven't given myself a date. It says starting December 2023. So this is basically anything that we have done since then, since moving. The pages are so beautiful, aren't they adorable? So we'll do a quick flip through of this so far. This was the first time we went to Frome. It's become one of our little happy places now, and we went there with the kids last year. 23rd, oh my goodness, that's a year today. Wow. So that was the first time we went there. Ada and I did a trip to Stonehenge, which was rather cool. We've got a farm shop. Just trying to think of, there's a few places actually. Again, this is quite good actually going through it because it's jogging my memory as to things that we've done. We went to see Kiefer Sutherland. We went out to, I wondered where that was. I saw that the other day. It was on my desk. I wondered where it came from. I might need to stick that down properly. We went to Guildford and met friends. We became members at the American Museum. So that's it. Right. So I'm going to make a list for this journal. So this is Bambi. I need to do a page when we went to Wells. And I'd also like to do Farley Castle as well. That's one that we've been to a couple of times, and I went with my dad. So they're pages that we can do on there. For now, I can't think of anything else that comes to the top of my mind, but it's all like sort of like local areas that we've been going to. So yeah, that's a couple of pages then that I can do there. But isn't it beautiful? There's loads and loads of pages, and I love the idea that there's no end date on this one, just whenever I fancy popping in. So that's fine. I love this journal. Then I started a weekly journal. We moved near a train station, so this was perfect. So I made this journal. It was my first soft spine as well. Made a little mini book to go on it. But this is, I call it a weekly journal. This was, by the way, I found some sewing cards that I'd done when I was a really small child. I found them in our old loft, so I included that on the front. So yeah, this is just like a weekly journal, but it's not weekly as such. It's just as and when I pick things up. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this one's turned out. Let's move that over a little bit. And the illustrations are beautiful. So some of them I have kept like that, but I will go back and do things on here. Saying that, yeah, there's a little bit of a gap there, isn't there? I need to go back and look at my dates and fill that, because I don't really want to be doing like a day next year on here. I did kind of think it would just be for 2024, so actually I might move those numbers along and actually add a 2025 as well, because I haven't filled it, and that's fine. Yeah, just sort of like various bits and pieces. First Taco Bell. I think weekly journals, when I flip through them, are one of my favorites. I love all the hickledy-pickledy bits and pieces. They make me really, really happy. I've included some bits and pieces from the home as well that we've done. Yeah, I'm really happy with this one. It's really, really fun. I should do some of our like little walks as well, maybe include some of those. But I don't do it religiously week by week. I just fill bits in as and when I can. I completely take the pressure off. I haven't even finished journaling that one. It's so bad. I sometimes do that because I'm not very good at journaling on camera. My mind goes blank and I make mistakes and I really, really struggle. So I might sometimes film and I think, oh, I'll come back to that, and then I forget. So I do really need to almost switch off the camera, journal, and then come back and film the video, because otherwise I tend not to. Craft friends get together. This is when we got together with Romy. This one I'm going to add some tape actually, because each time I come in here it's coming off and I don't want to lose it. I think that's another good thing about every now and then having a flip through of your journals, not just to see where you're at, but sometimes some need a little bit of medical attention. There we go. Actually, that just sticks like that, that's fine. But yeah, there's something about my weekly journals that make me so happy. I love the hickledy-pickledy-ness of them. I really do. This was a nice walk that we went on. I really enjoyed that. And again, I've kept the illustration there. And this was my most recent page, Louis' graduation. I've got Holly's graduation now to do. So that can be added. But that's actually one signature. Darn. Wow. So actually, that's not bad going. Do you know, that isn't a bad thing. I'm going to go on to 2025 already because I picked up this at Romy's. I don't know if you can see, it's got the indentations March through till Feb. So I might actually run this through till March and then start, or to the end of Feb, and then actually pick this one up from March for the year. I might do that. This will be my next weekly journal. I planned for this one to be my weekly journal, but I did wonder about doing it into a 2025 journal. But actually 2025 from March through till Feb would actually work really well. There's less of this left than I actually realised. So yeah, considering this was October, so we want to the train journal, we are doing October through till March, and then we will be starting a new weekly journal. That's cool, isn't it? I'm quite liking this, and I might actually clip it on the wall. I've got a little clipboard. I quite like having a little to-do list. But yeah, so I'm excited about this. I will be thinning it down. There's a lot of pages in here, but anything that I thin out, I will be using for other other sort of projects. It's got some beautiful illustrations in here, which I will be leaving. A bit like how I've done with the train, sort of have a few pages, but a lot of these can come out. Isn't it gorgeous? It's so, so lovely. So yeah, I'm excited to do this. And when I showed my haul when I bought this, so many of you said, look at that you'd seen, or your parents had had the book or something like that. So I'd never seen it before when I saw it. I'm really, really glad that I picked it up now. So yeah, that's got me excited actually. I didn't think about that until I went through these today. And then finally, this is a new journal that I made recently, and this is our big family Disney World trip, and I can't believe I haven't actually started it. Well, I have. I'm taking part in Meg's junk journal, junk journal January. I got there in the end. That's this next page, which I'm not going to open, so it's a bit of a surprise, but that's the start. So that's something else I'm working in. Oh my goodness, 2025 is going to be a big journaling year. I've achieved a lot this year though, so I'm not going to let it overwhelm me. So we will be working on September 2024 trip journal. Cool. But yeah, so we have got a lot to fill in. Exciting. And this one is coming on the 3rd of Jan, so you will see this junk journal page then. I'm excited to do this one. That one's going to be fun. So that is, isn't that a beautiful journal that I made, by the way? That's everything. I did make, I'll flip it back up this way, it's a bit easier. I'm really pleased though with how much I've actually done this year, considering how busy this year has been as well. It does, yeah, make me really happy. When I have them round me, there's something really special about journals, especially as I've come from like a 12 by 12 scrapbook. I loved my scrapbooks, but they didn't give me that almost heart palpitation feel about my journals that I get with these. I just love them so much. And I completely forgot I have this little storybook one as well that my friend Cheryl made when we all had a little get together, and I just fill this one with just quick little stories. It's not going to be a huge chunky one, but it's just nice. If I need a quick fix, I can often make these pages in about 10-15 minutes. So I love my little storybook as well. So moving on to 2025, obviously you've seen this one that's going to be a big project. I've spoken a few times about the Christmas one. I still want to do this one. I bought this little golden book, Christmas in the Country, and I want to do like a 10-year journal, a couple of pages a year. That's the plan, so I'd still like to do that. I obviously made the other little golden books. I made the Luca one for a friend. I also made the Taylor Swift one for a friend as well. And actually I've got all the stuff to make 2 more Taylor Swift, so I think a few of you had said you'd be interested, so I might do a couple of those to sell as well. Gift-wise, I've got this book. I found this in a charity shop near my sister a couple of years ago. And this is one, I just couldn't leave it there. The illustrations in this are just beautiful. And I was umming and ahhing. It's been sat on my shelf. I'm sure you're the same. I have a lot of books sat on my shelf that will make the most beautiful journals. And when you see one, especially when it's like a few p or a pound, you can't just leave it there, can you? So I picked this one up, not knowing what I was going to do with it, but actually I think it would be a really perfect one for me to make for my mum, for her to include photos of Dolly, her great-granddaughter, and all the little aunties. Mum has her every other weekend, and like Mum's become a Bird World annual pass holder. She's become a Peppa Pig World annual pass holder. So they do a lot of nice things with Dolly. So I'm thinking about turning this into a journal. Now, the thing is though, Mum would love it, but I can't see her actually getting around to printing photos. That's the only thing. So whether or not I make it and then I just ask her to send me photos and I end up just doing the free prints and including it, and then she gets it at the end of the year. So I might do that. Whether I do it for Mother's Day or her birthday, I might save it for her birthday. Actually, if I save it for her birthday but actually ask her to send me all the Dolly photos and say it's for a surprise, that might be the best thing, because I wonder how many people we make these for and they don't actually fill them. Because I made one for my sister for our holiday photos the previous trip 2022, and I don't think she's ever done anything with it. So I think that might be the better plan. And then finally we have a big trip. It's my 50th birthday very, very soon, just a matter of weeks away. I would like to, do you know, I think I need one for my 50th as well, don't we? Because although that's my weekly journal, I want to do something special every single month. I completely ignored my 40th birthday and I really regret that now. So I've decided to go all out for my 50th and do something really special every month. Even if it's just getting together with friends that we would have done anyway. I'm pretending it's for my 50th. We've got a really special trip coming up in March. So this journal is going to be my special one for March. My very lovely friend Romy gifted me this. It's so beautiful. It feels so special. And again, it's one I've kept for a couple of years, not knowing when I was going to use it, but I knew that the perfect time would come. And the perfect time is going to be our big trip in, well, it's not a big trip, but it's a Disney trip. It's exciting. It's going to be our March trip, but my sister's going to be out there as well. So I am going to turn this into a journal. The pages are solid. They are proper thick pages. It's going to need some TLC, but that to me is the charm of it. But yeah, it feels special. The book feels special because it's from Romy and she found it for me. But do you know what else actually I've got? Romy sent, oh, the Ratatouille one, that would be a good mini book as well. Romy sent me some really cool things, or gave me when I saw her last. I've got quite a lot of really fun things that would make really cool charms. Oh, she's got my name on here as well. She's got Lisa in little alphabets. And this is what I was looking for. I've been saving these. When I saw her in September, remember the little box toys? They are teeny weeny and I knew I would turn them into charms. So those are going to go on this journal as well. I'm going to save those. Will they close in here? I think they actually came in here. Yeah, so this is all going to be stuff. No, they're going to need to go back in my charm drawer. I'll put them in there. And that is going to be my special 50th. But I do actually have, but it's quite a big one. You know the big annuals, and I got one from the year I was born, 1975, one of the Disney annuals. Or should I actually use that one? I've just got it as on display down in the kitchen because I've bought one for Aid's birthday as well. Should I turn that into a journal for my 50th year and then do the things that we've done to celebrate? That might be quite nice, but it feels quite big. What do you think? It does make sense, doesn't it? But yeah, so that's all my plans. That's what I've done last year. My plans for this year. It just makes me excited, very, very excited. I would love to hear from you. Have you got journaling plans in 2025? Do you know what you're going to be doing? Have you got any trips coming up, any events? Will you be starting a new weekly journal? What have you got in mind? Or do you have yourself a challenge? Like my challenge was the Christmas one, to do 2 pages a year for 10 years. I'd love to know if you've challenged yourself, or if you've got anything in mind, or have any of these given you inspiration to start something new? I would love to hear from you, and I want to know, what little golden books have you found with amazing titles? That reminds me of another one. Alison sent me this from Australia. I know I've shown this a couple of times already. That would be another cool one as well, wouldn't it? Actually, I've got a little pile of journals or books. This one's from Romy as well, as is this one, and this one is one I found on eBay that would just make wonderful journals, and I pop them on the side and they excite me. So I'm going to add this one to the collection rather than it just going with all the other little journal books that I found. I don't know what I'm going to do that one for. Oh, and I've got another one to show you as well. So we went to Germany, didn't we, earlier in, I think it was May time, June time. And I've collected, that's my train ticket. I've got everything in here. But I was going to do the Happy Mail, the Schlumpfer, the Smurfs Happy Mail box, turn that into my journal. I did think about my Snow White little golden book, but actually then Aid bought the Happy Mail back and everything's in the basket. So I think I might do that. That's also going to go on the list. The Germany mini book. Now, I have another question for you. We're doing a trip to Germany with the kids in June this year. Do I do it all together in one journal? I don't know. Maybe I won't actually, because the one with Aid felt very personal. It makes me feel quite heavy, that one. So I went back to where I used to live and there was a lot of old feelings that came up. And whereas I think the one with the kids is a whole new start. Maybe the Snow White one should be with them. Yeah, I think, do you agree? Keep them separate. So I think this Germany mini book, I'm going to put 2024 so I know which one. That's one I can easily bash out in a day. So I need to do that one as well. And then think about what I'm going to do with the kids when we go. We're going to South Germany. It's a completely different area, but I do think that one needs to be kept separate. I have got a list. Let me know what's on your list. Make yourself a list of things that you want to finish, things that you want to do, but don't let it make you feel overwhelmed. Let it feel exciting of what you've got to do, and because we all love doing it, don't we? So it should be something exciting, not overwhelming. I'm going to finish up now. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I can't wait to hear about your lists, what you've done, what you want to do, what you feel inspired to do. Just tell me everything. Leave your comments below. I can't wait to read through. But thank you very much for being here with me today. Have a wonderful Christmas. I hope you've got some lovely, lovely plans this week. I can't wait to hear what you're up to. And I will see you. I'm going to leave Thursday's video, Boxing Day. I'm not going to be doing a video then, but I will be back next week. But I've got loads and loads of other videos on this channel. If you do want to watch something, maybe go back, and I'm sure you've missed some. I sort of do two a week, so there's loads there. So go and have a little look back and see what you can find that you haven't watched. But thank you very much. I really, really appreciate your support. Have a lovely Christmas, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.